Yo, we back in the back, man. Like the dungeon, like the caves, you know what I'm saying? The catacombs, the storage, you know what I'm saying? The backwaters of my apartment and stuff like that, to show you some really old stuff. I don't know, to kind of break it down. And then at the same time, it's just, I was kind of scared to show it in the past, because it was like, at the time, cutting edge maybe. But now we're so far ahead of that, I can show you this without any worries, and it's just more so to help the world, show people, teach people, show people what I was about, what I am about, kind of. And so this is where we at, the RC world. We'll keep it RC world for this video, because I'm going to be showing you and pointing to the RC stuff here back in the catacombs. You're looking at the first of its kind. Like, that's crazy, right? Little video like this, guy holding a little crappy 1080 camera, showing some little. I'm showing you the first thing of its kind. What is it? It's an electric jet, right? Thrust power jet that blows high winds out the back to push itself forward, right? If this thing was just up in the air or something, or going over a jump, you still got this to push it through the air. You know what I'm saying? And you're probably like, dude, I've seen 1,000 jet cars. That's not the first jet car. You crazy, dude? Look, no. It's the first electric jet car with wheel power. See, it has, at the time, it had 4-wheel drive wheel power, you see. Now it's just 2-wheel drive. The whole front assemblies and stuff in here, these are just free spinning now. It's just real rear wheel drive now. All kind of problems with the diffs and stuff. We could talk about that in a second, but yeah, it was 4-wheel drive, ripping through the dirt, accelerating the car forward. But if you're in a jump, if you're mid-air, if the tires are slipping and peeling out on a bunch of leaves or loose dirt, or you're in the snow, can't get any traction, this is gonna push you forward. This is what's gonna get you ahead of the other guy that's just peeling out in the dirt. Or in other ways, if the car is hooking up, you've seen it the other way around. The car is hooking up so much that the whole car wants to do a wheelie, pick up, so you have to let off the throttle to get your car to come down. Whereas opposed to this, my power is pushing the car forward, pushing the car down even, to stop it from doing the wheelie. And that's where this car takes the lead, right? But this whole design is Mickey Mouse. It's terrible. That's why I'm showing you now, because the new design and everything else new incorporated in it beyond everything here, it's like I don't care about showing you guys this. It's like, I don't know. It's showing you like an old radio with a CD player when you got some Blu-ray, smart disc, or like, I don't know. This is just really old. It's like 2011 theories and me, and even the theory and the new prototypes and everything are just so beyond this. I don't mind sharing it, and I want to share it. It's my legacy, kind of. It's a part of me, you know what I'm saying? And from a long time ago, just playing with normal RC cars, right? This was like my teenage years, man. So like over 17 years ago type stuff, you know what I mean? Racing this guy, winning with this guy. This is a Roadrunner Express electric 10th scale, back when like 2,000 milliamp batteries were the best things going, and people would race with 2,000 milliamp like nickel metal hydride big. Yeah, it's like, it's a dinosaur. So this is pretty much retired. I'll never even rebuild this to run with the belt drive and it's a dinosaur. It is what it is. But going from like that kind of stuff to this guy, you know what I mean? We got Low Associated Mini. I think it was like the 16B, or I can't remember the names, but this, just racing, having fun with normal stuff, being a normal person, you know what I mean? And then, I don't know, you realize one day that we can do more with the current technology we have, right? So I just want to break down kind of more, at least what I know what's going on with this kind of stuff. If you think this car is just faster in all situations, you'd be wrong. A tight corner course and a light car built really good for a tight corner course and a high braking course kind of thing, this car will just not be the best thing. To get the EDF powered correctly and to really make it worthwhile, you're gonna need like a good power source for it. This might be overkill. This was a 4S, like a 5,000 milliamp 4S LiPo, and it had a good C rating too. So that's kind of overkill, but I wanted really good long run times with this out there, playing around, experimenting with it. So if you just want a pure acceleration, you should go for more like a aircraft hobby grade battery, so your power to weight ratio with this guy is better. But let me tell you, this guy right here running like, what were we running at the time? I wish it was better documented, but I was racing my brother at the time, his 8th scale associated, I think it was RC82. It was one of the older ones, but he had the Tekin upgraded system in it, and he was running like 4S LiPo in there with the whole Tekin upgrade and the associated 8th scale. And this was keeping up with it and maybe being a little faster with it when it was just on nickel metal hydride, going to this, which is really, really underpowering this, and a bad choice for this. And then the car was just on 2S LiPo. This car itself, the hobby people outlaw, can run the 2 to 3S. I only ran it on 2S, and it still would have problems with the diff. And why I think we kept stripping out the gears and such in the front and the rear diffs is because these things are built on the teetering edge of power to weight ratio, and so they want to make it as light as possible. So they kind of engineered this stuff to just handle a 2S LiPo, a 3S LiPo, and then that's it. The car may have been kind of good if you just had the weight of a 2S or 3S LiPo in here. Maybe. I think you still would have probably had some diff issues. But me throwing in a 4S LiPo, and then I'd have a 2S LiPo or these guys on top sometimes, along with the weight of the motor and this and its own ESC system and stuff, I think it was just too much, and it would strip the diffs. It was too much weight to brake, too much weight to accelerate. To try and alleviate the acceleration problem, I'd set this up to where it would idle at thrusting. So it's idling kind of like it wants to push the car forward a little bit by itself, and then when I hit the throttle, this goes even faster, really pushing the car, and then that's when the wheels kick in and then start to accelerate there. So I don't think it was that much of a problem stress-wise accelerating, because you had the extra weight, yes, but the car was also pushing its own extra weight forward with the EDF. But yeah, so this is just a kind of a crappy thing to start with, soon, as far as just this little test thing and playing around, and I just want to get back out in the park and have fun with things like this, because it was just fun playing with it. I'll get a better car, a Typhon, or I don't know, a HPI Vorza, or a Duratrax, or something like that, even an XTE or something that just has a better drivetrain and stuff that can handle you throwing in heavier things, and then this thing pushing it, put kind of extra stress on it, along with the jumping and everything else, right? Yeah, so this thing excels, though. Can't say it enough. It excels in low traction situations and extreme traction situations where you couldn't put down all your power because you're going to be doing a wheelie. The extra weight of the batteries in here just help keep it down, and then the thrust, pushing and pulling this thing forward, it makes it a monster, you know. And I never understood why people would take out the motor and the drivetrain and just go with a free rolling car every time they want to throw one of these in there. It's like you lose your peeling out, you lose your jump off the line, you lose all that good stuff that goes along with the wheel power and four-wheel drive and stuff like that. So, you know, that's why I thought combine the two. Wheel power ripping through stuff. But if that starts to fail, you're slipping on leaves, you're in loose dirt, you're in the air going over a big jump. How can you go faster? Well, you need something that can just accelerate the car. No matter what the grip conditions are, or if you're flying through the air. You know, this is the only car that can pass a car in the air, even though they both took off the jump at the same time, going the same speed. You know, that's what makes this car better. But again, in certain situations, if you can imagine like super sticky RC courses for like those 10 scale electrics where the corners are tight, the track's super sticky and smooth and made for these things to race on, this is not going to do better in that situation. Or strapping on a jet to one of those cars isn't going to make it better, because you have extra weight, and the extra weight can hold you back. In certain situations it can hold you back, but in a lot of situations, in real world situations and things like that, it always helps. You know, driving RC cars like this in A scale in the park, this will most likely be better than the other car, you know, unless you go through and pamper the course and make it sticky and design tight turns and things, and then another tight turn right after that. You don't give this any chance to really excel. There are other cars that can be better in certain situations. At the same time, maybe not as better as you thought, because even if you're power sliding this thing through a tight turn or something, you can be pulling yourself forward with your thrust a little bit better than as opposed to a normal car just sliding through a corner. It has nothing to push it forward as it's just sliding through. So I think this is the future kind of thing. It is going to be the future, mark my words, right? But yeah, so I just wanted to get it out there now that this kind of ancient technology is ancient to me, and the new designs are like, you know, you could build this exact thing, I wouldn't care. You could try to submit patents of something like this, I wouldn't care. You shouldn't though. This is amateur hour for the patent office. But yeah, I want to get this out there so just more people playing around with RCs and stuff, wanting to launch faster, accelerate to 100 miles an hour faster, etc. Do the biggest jump in the air. You want to do a world record jump for distance or something, this car is going to be the world record distance setter. Why? Because it can accelerate in the air. It's half jet. Is that cheating? Maybe they'll have to make a new class for this, and it'll have its own world record, because maybe it is cheating. It's too good at that. But yeah, I wanted to put it out there so people can have fun with it, do whatever, enjoy the hobby, man. Peace, love, y'all stay good.